Hello and back. Yes, hello and back. Welcome to Pokémon Reborn. When we last left off, Fern was being a jerk.
Yo, champ in the making. Seems like the door here is linked to the machines in the rest of the school. Florinia sure takes education seriously, huh? Some people call her the Desert Rose. As a grass trainer, she's got a barren personality and a battling style to match. Her sand team will wear you down over time with residual effects from weather, status moves, and her desert arena. Fighting in these sandy conditions can be tough alone, but it's nothing next to KOing her Cradilly. Cradilly uses the recovery technique, and with its massive bulk and rock-type attacks, it's a nightmare for any types that would otherwise check her grass types. Make sure you have Pokemon sturdy enough to withstand her onslaught, or don't give her a chance to wear you down. Good luck, champ.
It sounds like another interesting battle awaits me already, but unfortunately we cannot yet go to battle her without first answering all of these questions correctly. So, unfortunately, I have to brush up on my reading. Let's have a look and see what exists out there, what founts of knowledge. Calculating total power. There are three factors in determining the end power of attack. Firstly, the base power of the move. Let's take the move Confusion, for example. Confusion has 50 base power. Next, apply the multiplier based on type effectiveness. If Confusion is used on Mankey, a fighting type, it would be super effective. Therefore, the power is doubled to 100. If it were used on a Croagunk, for instance, it would be effective twice and would double again to 200. Finally, a factor in the same type attack bonus, or stab for short. This is a bonus for if a Pokemon uses an attack of its own type. That is the wrong its. You do not need an apostrophe in its unless you're speaking specifically of a possessive. Anyway, Kadabra will be stronger than the same attack from Venonat because Kadabra is psychic. It will be 1.5 times more effective, so if Venonat uses Confusion on Croagunk, the total power is 200. If Kadabra uses it, then the total power is 300. Reading this is making me giddy. I love seeing big numbers. Pokemon by base set total. Total 300. Bagon, Baltoy, Beldum, Bellsprout, Bronzor, Croagunk, Dino, Platini, Geodude, Geibel, Clink, Larvitar, Minchino. Right, Sandshrew, blah, Gulpin, Golett, Yamask, so many, just all these names, I can't keep up. Good, yeah, okay. So I needed to know the base stat total of a Pokemon, I can't remember which one. Let's go see if any of those are in the list. Not Starmie, not Huntail. Base stat, yes, Corsola, who I do not remember seeing on that list of names at all. Wasn't 301, wasn't 300, wasn't 302, wasn't 303, 4. Really, those are sort of the only things in that book, so I guess those pages that have been torn out are the ones that are important to me. All about Huntail, the deep sea Pokemon. National Dex number is 367, well that's all I need to know. I don't care about you, Huntail. I know you can evolve into... Well, you can't evolve into Gorbis, but you can become a Gorbis under different circumstances. Well, not you, but your pre-evolution. See, I know. I don't know why I read that again. Oh, I know why I read that again. It's because I immediately forgot the number 367 because I was quickly scanning the rest. And as you can see, I've now sped this up a significant amount because I will have you know that I took an embarrassingly long time to get this all sorted out, as you'll see, because I haven't skipped anything, I've just sped it up, and therefore I'm currently, I've learned a few more questions, but there is still much for me to know. So let's see what we've got here. Ninjask, there were no questions involving a Ninjask. Beat Up, nothing to do with Togekiss, we don't care about that. Something that had nothing to do with anything. Fairy Tale, that's the Fairy Tale I didn't read before. It's quite a little feminist fairy tale, actually, if you want to pause everything. It's all about how... Oh, never mind. This personal diary of Julia. Let's read up on our favourite characters.
So, something super happy. I'm a cheerleading captain. Many booms were had, but I feel bad. Hey, that rhymes. Anyway, I feel bad because Amy had to give up her spot. Oh, well, she didn't have to, but she did. But she recommended...
Oh my god, I'm reading this way too quickly. What the hell's wrong with me?
And then afterwards, I wanted to go out to celebrate. But Tina and Amy were hanging out in the room like usual, so just Winnie. And of course, Winnie never wants to go anywhere. She's just too shy. So here I am. I think I'll just go to sleep.
So she became a cheerleading captain, but couldn't have a party. That's the gist there. Titania, I don't think we've met Titania yet. So you think it's cool that you're reading other people's diaries, hoping you'll find dirt on me on here? Well, maybe some. Little piece of advice. If you want to get to know someone, go talk to them. Don't creep around their private files. However, if this is the kind of person you are, don't bother trying to talk to me. I wonder if she reads that to herself and just agrees, like, yep. Oh no, diary, I have everything a girl could possibly want. Status is a good education. I can't do the voice from reading it this quickly. It's the love of my life. So why does everything feel so grey? I try to always smile and be cheery. I'm very good at it, apparently, or else I wouldn't have made cheerleader captain, but I guess I was secretly hoping that would make me happy on the inside too. When it didn't, I resigned the spot. Julie's very happy about it though, so that's okay. I just feel like it doesn't matter what I do. In 10 years or 20, is anyone even going to remember me? I may be top of the class, I may be winning prom queen, but it's all so trite. Why won't anything make me happy? Why can't I feel? At least Titania tries, but I know she doesn't. I sometimes just want to end it all. I don't know. Good night, diary. I'll see you in the meaningless tomorrow with another false smile. That is really tragic. Amaria, I'm really sorry you feel the way you do. Just know that there are people who care about you, and I'm one of them. And we can help you. But I'll let you know that the next time I meet you. For now, I've got to cram for finals, so I still have well, 2 questions left to answer. Let's see if I can get them done. Figured out the rapid spin. Well, I say figured out the rapid spin one. I just read a book about Starmie, which revealed that it learned rapid spin at level 0, i.e. started with those, and now I'm just searching for the very last thing. Cubtree was also level 37, so not the very last. There is still another thing. I still don't know Clampill's base stat total, and I'm trying to find it, but it's just not anywhere. I think there is in fact one bookcase way over in the far room that I haven't actually checked, and oh! What's going on? Am I searching the internet? No, I couldn't possibly be doing that. Oh, yeah. Well, you maybe just sort of saw me cheat there. But is it cheating? I was just going to find the answer in one of these books in-game anyway. How is it so different if I find the answer on the net? Anyway, it's time to have a quick dance, and then, welcome, Huffbuh. Your assistance in meteor-related affairs is appreciated. However, that alone fails to merit the appropriation of a badge. In order to determine eligibility for badge ownership, further testing is required. Do not mistake the impartial application of these tests as unthankfulness. It is simply procedure. Accordingly, let us begin. Audience, please take notes on standard battling procedure. The demonstration will commence. Hypothesis. Subject possesses insufficient data for conclusive results. Expected outcome. Failure. Okay, so I'm not exactly expecting to win this battle, just because A, I've never seen her team before, I don't know what's lying in store, and B, you know, I'm not fully prepared, my Pokemon aren't all the same level, so of course I'm bound by my own neuroses to only play my level 20s before my level 21s, no matter how clever that may be. And of course, poor old Rita. Poor old Rita's just got nothing. Rita has nothing to offer for this whole battle. I mean, if only I had Ice Beam, then Rita would just sweep them all, but until such a time happens, then Rita just doesn't have a damn thing. But luckily, Wesley's got what it takes. Or has he? Here come the goddamn super potions. And Wesley doesn't quite do half health with one attack, so this is indeed going to give Maractus room to maneuver. And of course, Pin Missile, being a bug type, is weak to flying type but strong to psychic type, thus evening out as normal. But again, the desert strengthened the attack, and I think this was particularly devious. I was horrified to see this. Not only are we fighting a gym leader with a full team of 6 Pokemon, all of which are pretty tough, but they are in an environment that makes them so much stronger. I mean, that might have been the case with Julia as well, but this is the first time I really noticed it, just because they were throwing out so many moves that explicitly said were strengthened by the environment. And look at that, poor old Mancrick. Mancrick just... I'm sorry, little buddy, little fuzzball, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you all the same, because you fight so hard against all odds. Now it's time for Big Sister Edible Fred. Can she finally take down this horror of a Maractus? I do like Maractus, by the way. I've had Maractus on my teams before when playing my old grass-type teams, as I mentioned in the last video, so I know Maractus well, and I know that he can be quite the toughie. with his cute little flowers on his head. Alright, Edible Fred. Proud of you. There we go. Rita reaps the benefits despite basically doing nothing except going up to Raktus saying, "You've been tangoed," and slapping her in the face. And now it's time for Grottle. Now the sad thing is that if that was a Torterra, then Edible Fred would be in business because the dual grass / ground types means that my Razor Leaf would be effective. But unfortunately, as I'm about to check, Grottle is still pure grass type at this moment. I was hoping that perhaps, because my memory's not so great, I thought the ground type only came in on the final evolution, but I just had to check. It's not like Edible Fred was going to beat Grottle anyway, so experimentation over. Razor Leaf not effective. Edible Fred can do basically nothing. Isn't that a sad little thing? But, you know, Edible Fred, she's amazing. She goes down on her own terms. Grottle did not get the chance to knock her down. So now, it's time to get some poison out on this all-grass type loser. And of course, if I was being clever, I would have dropped Toxic Spikes, because unlike the last gym leader, where the Toxic Spikes ended up not being as useful as I thought, this is like prime Toxic Spikes, because she's got all these bulky grass types. Toxic Spikes is just going to rip through them, but of course I couldn't do that because Robert's level 21, not level 20. My strange and bizarre way of battling makes sense, doesn't it? And this incidentally, is why I'm never that good at Nuzlocke runs. I mean, I have done some Nuzlocke runs in the past, but it's so difficult just to fight the urge to over-level Pokemon, you know? Now my poor old team just can't catch a break. I finally bring out the normal type who deals the damage, and she brings out a grass / fighting type. I mean, what is a boy to do? Luckily, Ratty Boy here comes in with the heroic Hyper Fang, gets that flinch, and is going to net the win, or at least it would have done, till that Mega Drain came in. But this Sprowloam is safely in quick attack range, if I do say so myself. Nice satisfying thump. Ratty Boy has now propelled himself to the most powerful member of my team. Now this would be a great time to have Mancrick. Mancrick would tear through this Ferroseed, but unfortunately, Ratty Boy, you're just going to have to gnaw on it and hope you don't get bleeding gums. And unfortunately, the Iron Barbs technique means that you probably will get bleeding gums. Incidentally, I've also had a Ferroseed on my team, and it is so super satisfying having Ferroseed with a Rocky Helmet, because the AI, of course, in multiplayer battles, people will play around your Ferrothorn, but the single-player AI, they will not hesitate to use Double Slap on your Ferroseed and literally knock themselves out in one move, just getting like 5 applications of Iron Barb and Rocky Helmet. It is so fun to see. But either way, we're down to Rita, and I don't think, unlike her clutch, amazing save on the Tangrowth fight, I don't think Rita just has anything to offer at the moment. So the desert softened the attack. That is just... that's all I need. And on a whim, I decided to check out Mist, and it does indeed change the terrain. So that's something interesting to note, that they're now no longer having all of their attacks being strengthened. Definitely means it'll be worthwhile leading with Rita first in my next attempt to make the terrain misty, which in itself will weaken her team considerably. Then I can hopefully go in and do the damage with Robin. But for now, my team has had a valiant attempt against Thorinia. We've had a look at just what we're up against. Don't count us down and out. See, I don't know why Fern was so worried about me challenging her sister. She's perfectly capable of standing up for herself. Far more than he is. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.